What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and right now going out is one of the largest city stimulus checks that we have seen so far, and this is your stimulus check update. Now, stick with me throughout the entirety of this video. I'm going to let you know what city it is, the amount, which you probably saw on the thumbnail, is up to $3,000, and who all is going to be eligible in this city to receive this check. Now, also, stick with me throughout this video, and I'm going to let you know a few other cities and states that are currently sending out stimulus checks as well. Now, as you guys know, this is all because the last stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan that got signed into law by President Joe Biden back in March of 2021, it had $350 billion that was allocated to go out to states, cities, counties to use for the residents however they see fit, and we've heard only about 20% of it has actually been used. And now finally, we're seeing a lot of cities and states taking that money, passing their own stimulus packages, and some of which have stimulus checks. So it's very likely we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this coming up here, and we have just seen one of the largest city stimulus checks that we have seen so far. Now, I'm going to get into all the details, as I mentioned, but also on a federal level. If you missed my last video, you might want to check it out right after this one, as we're hearing. Take a look at this. Is that it? Democrats warned Biden the spending bill isn't enough to satisfy the party base. And not only the base, but the American people are saying, hey, we need a little bit more here. Take a look at this, you guys. Americans throughout the holidays, they continue to call on President Joe Biden for another stimulus check, saying, hey, inflation is out of control. We've got supply chain issues. Unemployment is still raging on, and we're hearing that the numbers aren't indicating the true amount of people that are still unemployed. And another stimulus check of $2,000 sure would help out a lot. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but we're hearing there's still a push for this on a federal level, and if you'd like to get more details, check out that video right after this one. But right now, let's dive into the latest on city stimulus checks. But first, just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. I'm really excited about launching that channel here closer towards the end of the year. We just hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you're somebody that's interested in growing wealth, learning about personal finance, starting businesses, investing, consider joining that channel as well. I'm really excited about it. I will pin a comment down below. Click the link. It'll take you to the channel. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications. And when we launch, there's going to be a lot of awesome content on growing wealth and personal finance. But right now, let's get you caught up on stimulus checks, economic news, the latest as of today, November 27th, 2021. So first, do me a quick favor, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Just takes a second. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Totally free to stay up to date on city, county, state, and federal level stimulus checks, everything going on in Congress and economic news. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and I go through all of my DMs. I get a lot of them, so give me a little time to respond, but I'll go through and I'll do my best to get you any answers to any questions that you might have. But with that being said, let's dive right in and get you caught up on the latest on one of the largest city stimulus checks we have seen so far of up to $3,000. Alright, you guys, so link in the description below to go directly to the press release that came from the city mayor's office. Take a look, you guys. Office of the Mayor, Jenny Durkin of Seattle. The city of Seattle launched a $16 million Seattle Relief Fund to help low-income residents impacted by the pandemic. And this was actually released last month back in October. And that is one of the key things with these. You need to be on top of what's happening with your local city, county, and state to find out what's going to be happening in the form of stimulus and assistance, because some of these, a lot of people are eligible and they don't know what's available, but you have to apply. So if you haven't already, like I said, hit the subscribe button. I'll keep you up to date as I get information about new programs, so that way you're in the know of what's unfolding. Take a look right here. One-time direct cash assistance available to Seattle families, young people, artists, culture workers. An additional $5.8 million was distributed to low-income immigrants through Seattle's disaster relief funds. And take a look, jumping down, award amounts are between $1,000 to $3,000 depending on the household size. The fund is open to all eligible Seattle residents regardless of their citizenship or immigration status. Eligible applicants must be 18 years or older, have incomes under 50% of Seattle's area median income, which is $40,500 for individuals or $57,850 for families of four, and have at least one of these situations apply to individuals or to household members. So if one of these applies, you are eligible. So there's a lot of people that probably could get this. If you live within the city boundaries, if you're enrolled in Seattle Promise program, enrolled in the Seattle Public School, if you're an artist, a cultural worker who has owned or rented an art studio or a rehearsal space within the boundaries of the city of Seattle anytime since March of 2020, those are the only eligibility requirements. And applicants, they can access the online application in 8 different languages online. So if you want to be able to apply for this, you can go ahead and access this online. However, I got to let you know that the window of opportunity to be able to apply has closed right now. And now these payments are starting to go out. Now you can still contact them to see if there's any funds left over, if they're going to be doing any extensions. And if I hear of any, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But as I said, we got to be on top of these to make sure that you can get anything that you're eligible for, because the funding is limited. Now also, as we mentioned, if you're in other cities and states, I've got a couple of other ones that are going to be sending out checks here before the end of the year. Take a look. What are the cash boosts scheduled for Christmas? Now, as you guys know, California, of course, had the Golden State stimulus and now the Golden State stimulus 2. And I went into detail in a previous video on eligibility, when you can expect to receive the checks, all the details for you, the amounts, everything in a previous video. So if you're from California and you want to find out more, be sure to check out that video right after this one. Also, Florida is going to be sending out $1,000 stimulus checks to teachers and educators throughout the state as well. Maine, and I did a previous video on this as well. If you'd like to get all the details on the Maine stimulus checks, be sure to check it out right after this one, as we're hearing over 500,000 people throughout the state are going to be receiving stimulus checks of $285. Maryland is also going to be sending out stimulus checks to some of the poorest families and individuals in need at this time. We're hearing that families that are eligible will receive a $500 check and individuals will receive a $300 check. And as we mentioned in today's video, $3,000 city stimulus checks for the city of Seattle, one of the largest city checks we have seen so far. Also, Chicago is a part of the UBI program, Universal Basic Income, that's going to be sending out $500 per month checks. New Orleans, we're hearing that there's a financial literacy program for teenagers. They're going to be given $350 per month over the course of 10 months. And for individuals that are eligible, is going to be ages 16 through 24. Pittsburgh, there's going to be a total of 200 low-earning households in Pittsburgh that could receive $500 per month checks over the course of the next 2 years. And also the city of Santa Ana, California will be sending out more cash on top of the Golden State stimulus. We're hearing that there's been $6 million allocated to go out, and these payments of $300 will be loaded onto Visa debit cards and will start being sent out to 20,000 Santa Ana rental unit individuals throughout the city. So a lot of different cities and states sending out stimulus checks through all these different programs, and I will keep you up to date as more comes out here on the channel. So you guys, that is the latest on city and state stimulus checks, and congratulations to those of you in the city of Seattle that could be receiving up to $3,000. And as I mentioned, I'll keep you up to date on everything as it comes out, and also what's going to be going on with the stimulus reconciliation negotiations, and whether or not President Joe Biden might get on board with some of the pressure going out to put out more checks. I'll keep you guys up to date on everything here on the channel, the latest with economic news. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. If you have any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, I hope you have a blessed weekend. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.